So, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of you, wherever you're placed out of world. And before we begin, I think you got a poll to answer. I could see that most of people here are completely new to Python, and like out of like there are few who already have some background. So it's going to be more useful for you because I see that a lot of you are here who are not even it's like you're quite new to Python, so it would be more useful for you. So I'll just end the poll and I'll start the webinar. So you might have got results in front of you, and you can see, yeah, this is what it looks like. There would be a few more people who would be joining in, but yeah, largely it looks like the most of crowd here is like new to Python. And yeah, so this is so welcome all again on behalf of Finuture Education. Um, I'll just walk you through very high level, and we have like the person that you see with faculty Python is like a kind of a person who will actually go walk us through the few of the aspects pertaining to Python. So and keep a session as much interactive as possible because one-way communication is not really that great, and try to get as much as value as possible because see, trust me, like getting something, of course we are living in the era wherein you get everything at the click of button in YouTube anywhere that you want, but trust me, like sometimes like we need a proper direction to search. If I don't know what to search on Google, like Google is of no use for me. So that's where we like would like to add value. So with that, let me start. And can I get an assurance? Can you put yes, that session would be interactive? Can you just type I in the chat box? Put chat box in I so that I know that you guys are awake, not sleeping, are with me. Okay, thanks Sagar, Avinash, thanks Abhishek, Vanthi, Shiva, Abdul, Marcel, Swadesh, Vijay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I get a sense that most of you are awake and listening to me. So thank you for that. So let's start. See, firstly, we will. This is how this we are structured. We will just demonstrate one of the concept from FRM, and most important is why. Why finance professionals should learn Python. Very important thing that firstly you should understand need. See, when we are hungry, our senses get us the message that I'm hungry, get me some food. But when it comes to like situations like this, like where we are heading in a career, we don't know like what's our needs unless like it came as a situational. But if you just react to the situation, that would be too late. By that time, it would be too late. Immediately, you can't learn Python and get placed. So if you are ahead of time, if you can if you can sense future, like what would be the demand in future, that's where like the uh, winning situation lies. Yeah, anyone would like to say anything? I think I heard something. Okay, no, good. So and the like the finally we have some surprise for you, so we'll talk there. So I hope you all, anyone who doesn't know what the Black-Scholes model is, see, this is just, if you don't know these fancy formula, it's fine. It's like I will demonstrate this in Python, then followed by my colleague. We will have one case study wherein we have he will demonstrate how the Python can be used in during analyzing the COVID data. So anyone who doesn't know what the Black-Scholes model is to price option, I can just I assume that most of you here are from like uh, advanced programs like CFA or FRM. So I presume that you will have some background of it from your academics. So anyone who doesn't know it, please type no in chat box. Otherwise, yeah. So Marcel, this is just a model that was developed by Black and Scholes. to price an option. So these, like, I'll not go into much detail because the theme of the today's session is Python. So high level, this is something, just to give you a context, like for people who are not aware, we want to derive the price of call and put options. For that, you need to do some calculation wherein you have to find ND D1, then followed by ND1. Like these are, of course, you are expected to know D1 is kind of a Z value, N is probability of that Z value or delta. And you have to calculate the, so basically, how do I do this calculation in Python? That's where the Okay, good. So that's where the demonstration of today's session would be, followed by one more demonstration. So this is the formula that I would be using to calculate the call and put option. So let's see. Let's take a random example. Uh, there is a stock Bola which is trading at $50. So current spot price is $50. There is a call option on Ola available for exercise price of dollar. So exercise price is 45, current spot price is 50, expires in 3 months. So maturity is in 3 months. Continuously compounded rate is 5%. Annualized standard deviation is 12%. Sigma you are given is 12%. Calculate the value of the call option. So this is something which our problem statement is. So how do I do this in Python? Of course, in your exam, like you had to apply this calculate D1, D2, and plug in the calculate the ND1 and D2, plug in the first formula that you see here, and get the answer. So that's where the actual exam part lies. But when it comes to Python, how do I do this in Python? So of course, it just to give you a flavor how the Python works. It's for that. It trust me, the Python has a very wide scope. We will demonstrate this in Python, but yeah, this is something like most of you here, like who are from FRM level one, they may know that there was a small subtopic called as NLP, natural language processing, wherein you can upload PDF on various portals. That's where, like at the back end, it's Python who does these processes called tokenization, removing stop words, stemming. Like there are like this is an input. Like if you upload a PDF, these are the things that go into. But yeah, this is bit advanced level. I'll not touch upon this, but I would like to just demonstrate that what is the power of Python, like how the few like things are working. People upload the balance sheets of the firms in portals. How do they analyze? They give you the proper outcome of that. So that at the back end, these are the things that works for machine learning. But at this point, given most of you are new, this machine learning thing would be bit advanced. But I would just like to give you a glimpse that how it could be useful. But yeah, going back to our any doubts so far? Are you guys connected with me? Now we will jump on to Google Colab. I think link was already shared with you guys. We will demonstrate how to calculate the call option price. Any doubts anyone has so far? Like are we connected? Can some of you acknowledge, unmute and speak up and
Yeah,
just
we are connected. No problem.
good. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Let me try getting a link here. Yeah, just let me give a second. I'll share it here. So you should see this screen. Go to File menu, open this new notebook in Drive, and like let me know if anyone doesn't see this screen. All good. Everyone see the screen. Yes, no. Let me make it mandatory. Do you see this screen? think there are like half of people have got. Yeah. What about others? I see like most of you have got, but like who didn't get? I see one no. Anyone who doesn't find it, please. I think I see one no, and rest of people who haven't opened the link in from the chat box, please do open. This is a link I pinged again, so please do open and let me know. I see one is still like there are few who haven't got it, so please do open that link. Otherwise, rest of the session won't be useful for you. Please do open the link at least, like you are spending time. Put some effort and get something valuable from the session. I still see few more. Like just complete it and open it. If not, if any issue, please voice it out. I'll try to help you out. Yes, no, I still see like 19 people have answered. There are like few more. There are two people who are not able to open. Can you please unmute yourself and tell me what issue you are facing? If you can't voice out, I can't help you out. So please do voice it out. Let me know. I'm just trying to help you out. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. Satya, so you can just do control MB. It will create a new code, like new row item. That's perfectly fine. That can you try, Satya? And rest who haven't launched this, please do that. Otherwise, rest of the session is not going to be useful for you. See, because why I'm telling you, you may not have a Python installed on your machine. You may not have an IDE. So this is a best facility we have from the Google to program it online instead of install without installation on your machine. So for our webinar, it's quite useful. We can do it just at a click of button, but at least do click. I still see like just 18 people out of 26. Two haven't got anything. Yeah. So let's move ahead. If people who wants help in launching, please do let us know. Otherwise, like it won't be useful. So feel free to drop up if you are not able to launch. So we will move ahead. I think you are not voicing it out also. So yeah. So first thing I would say that any programming language that you are learning, first statement that is taught is print hello world. Please can you type and just press shift enter. What it will does, it will run the script. Just allow me a minute. There is parenthesis, print hello world, shift enter. So it will print the text that you see inside the box. This is, yeah, yeah, Gracie, no problem. We have just started. I would suggest that open this link and yeah, open this link and just get yourself started. So print hello world. It will print the text inside the parenthesis. These brackets are called as a parenthesis. And if you now if I go back to the bit advanced, I'm going from the very basic. Given that people are here new, it is like you are giving some command to Python to print the text. It is printing it for you. Now, given we want to do some calculation in Python, like Black-Scholes fee that we saw. If I just start with say x is equal to 2 and y equal to 3. Now see, it's very smart. It's because it's a tool from Google. Now it's telling you that print x equal to y. Like the next command was coming on its own. But say for example, if I define new variable called as print x plus y, and it is suggesting me on its own. See, that's the power of Python. And if you just press tab, it will execute, like it will write that code for you, enter, and it will print Z for you. You will say that these are basic calculations. See, big thing start from the very basic things. Yeah. So now we have put in variable 2, y equal to 3. We have defined new variable. We have got C. Now, can anyone tell me? Now, question for you: Z equal to square root of 4. Now we are heading towards slightly the gradually we are heading towards the complex one. Can anyone tell me what it should the output should be if I type print Z equal to uh, Z equal to square root of 4 and print Z? What should be the outcome of this? Everyone, it should be, shall it be 2? See, technically you like in mathematics you are right, but in Python it may throw you an error, something like this. It will throw you an error. Square root is not defined. See, now real beauty of Python comes in. I'll take you gradually to the libraries. So you need to, so there are, so this, you can think of library as a like repository of the tools that you need to perform some calculation. So there is one library called as a NumPy. So you can import that library, import NumPy as NP. You have to do this, like you have to import this NumPy library wherein this function is stored. So square root, and there is also a proper syntax, np dot square root of 4. Now if you execute this by hitting shift enter, how I'm running, either you can click here or you can do a shift enter. This will do it what you expected. Most of you guys, what is numpy? It is a numpy. You can think of, say, in how many of you use Excel here? Like, let me, like, yeah, this is a very good question. Someone asked in chat box, what is NP? Okay, now let me ask you one thing. How many of you here use Excel in your day-to-day work? Like, anyone can unmute and voluntarily please reply and interact. It's like a one-way interaction. It's not really good. So please talk to me. Let me not also feel bored and go in a flow. Anyone like would like to say, like,
Yeah, Girish.
so do you use VLOOKUP?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so how, I mean, as what VLOOKUP does, it's really, you give a array and it gets you the value from that table, right? So VLOOKUP as a
Yes.
function is defined at the backend in Excel, right? So
Yes.
similarly, there are some functions called as square root, which are defined in some libraries. So you can think of this as a book and this as a library. I need some book. So VLOOKUP is kind of a square root here, and NumPy is kind of Excel. Of course, Python is a big ocean wherein you have got libraries which you need to perform certain action. See, VLOOKUP is defined, but what if I need to build some, say if I need to build some function which does the Black-Scholes calculation for me. So similar to VLOOKUP, I can define some name, say you can define some function called BSM in Python, which will take you some inputs from you. Like, how does VLOOKUP take some inputs from you? You can define, you can build your own function in Python which can do BSM calculations for you. So you can define your own functions also, like based on your customized need, like BSM. But there are some existing functions like square root. Like if I similarly do, say, a equal to log of 4. So log 4 is also not defined here. Like now it may not execute, but because it is log is also one function within library NP. So importing library at Python backend, this is library. I need to execute this. So if you do this np dot log 4, and if you print a, please try doing along with me. It will really help you just making yourself comfortable, because Python is next future. So this is it. It will give you the log p, log a. So this is how the basics, like reason behind giving this example was to make yourself familiar with libraries. Some libraries are like you can execute in your Python script as well. Some, like how I was showing you in machine learning, those are very heavy libraries. In script, it's difficult. So what Python does, those libraries are stored on your machine, and then when you run, so that's a complex part of machine learning. I'll not go into that detail. But yeah, if you are new, make yourself comfortable with these calculations. Take some variable, try doing some basic calculations like square root, log, division, something like that. Coming back to our Black and Scholes, like, are you with me so far? Is NumPy or NP the only library? Are there multiple? There are more libraries, Satya. There are lot of libraries. Like, it's a NumPy is like just for doing mathematical operations. Like, if I want to talk about tables, so there is another library to take care of that. Data frames, add like advanced, like based on the needs, you may encounter a library. Python is like a ocean. As and when need arise, you will have to, like, you need to know. But yeah, there are few basic libraries like SciPy, NumPy, and data frames. So these are like the quite basic things that you are. But yeah, so you start with learn with NumPy, data frames, and gradually go to SciPy, like how I have shown here. Like, going back to our earlier example, I need this NumPy library because I want to calculate the log or to get tech. Next slide. Okay, very good question. Please, Sanjay, very good question. Like, I'm getting a sense that you are with me. So if I want to go, like, now, if you see there are no further lines below. If I want to have a new line, what you can do, you can press Control MB. That will create a new line for you. That is Control MB. It will create one line below your current cell. Does it help, Sanjay?
Thanks, I've got it.
Yeah. So it will add new line. But yeah, coming back to our original example, uh, now you really need two libraries. One is NPy and one is SciPy. Okay. Can you, Sanjay, can you put on mute yourself? Yeah. So now from our question, we were given spot price as 50, strike price as 45, risk continuous risk-free rate. It is of course annual. It is 5%. And time to expiration, like you can. And one more thing, like the usually programmers follow, you, if you want to comment something, put a hash and put comment. This would appear in a green. That means when the programming language executes, these, anything beside hash will not get executed. So just for users convenience, these comments are put. Give inputs are like stock prices, exercise price, risk free rate, time to expiration, and sigma was 20% volatility. Just allow me a minute. Now we needed D1 and D2, and then followed by, like, we had to substitute that D1 and D2 in the formula. So D1 was like log of spot over strike. So as I demonstrated that there is no log function, you have to put np.log to come up with a returns value, followed by risk-free rate, that is 5%, 0.5, and very important, this I want to touch upon. Like, if you want to calculate square, so say for example, if I want to put a is equal to 2 square, it, like, it may not work. Like, how it works is you have to press double star to for exponents. It's a convention, you put a double star, and like, if you print this should be, it should give you 4. So double star act as an exponent in Python, so it prints you the 4. Can you just give a try? Like, if you like, one more point, which, like, many of people will think it's easy, but unless you execute things, if you just put a capital P, it will not even execute, because sometimes, like, even small things are there, like p will not execute small p, like it you have to give some language which Python understand, or which is the nomenclature of Python. So small p, very basic things, but you may encounter as and when you start. So calculate d1 and d2, like, d1 and d2 is log of sk, like r plus, this is just a multiplication, how we do in Excel. And mainly I wanted to touch upon this sigma square. So two stars act as an exponent, and it calculates D1 and D2 for you. Calculate the call option price. Substitute, like this is a direct function. You don't like in our exam how we do is like we do tables. Like we go to table and we see for this z value what is the cumulative default like the CDF, like a cumulative probability for getting that z value, that is D1. So that gives you the probability times spot you are given in the question, likewise strike. And like again it's a numpy, like exponential is not your normal function. It will come from this library which is numpy into like norm CDF D2, like the probability of D2. And if I execute this, like you will see it will calculate the call option for you, and you can match, it's a part of your book question. It will get you the call option price. And trust me, Python has power to to build an application on your machine with such flexibility to calculate the option prices or anything that you want. So desktop application be built can be built on for your use in Python, wherein you can build small functions. See, as I said in Excel, how you have VLOOKUP, you can have a similar kind of stuff in Python, which is very customized for you. Whatever you need, you want to do some analysis, can be done. If you'd want to do something else, can be done. So let me know if you see other screen on my machine. Like, do you see, or it's the same screen? Can anyone confirm, please? What do you see my currently on my screen?
Libraries.
Different libraries.
Yahoo Finance etc, right?
Yep.
Okay. So like you can do some more calculation. As I said, you can customize your needs. So based on that, you can plot stock prices, whatever analysis. See, if you are very, see, two things you need: subject knowledge and the command on the tools. So from your courses that you are learning currently, you get subject knowledge, but to execute those things you need tools. So Python is a very powerful tool. Like this is a spot price lab, like spot Apple stock prices all the way from January 2022 January 2023. Once you just change the date here, it will get you same data, like for a wider range, or if you want to shrink the range, that will get you. So spot prices, daily return time series, or like you want to plot moving average and compare with a spot price. See, there are advanced conclusion interpretations can be drawn out of these plots. But the point I'm trying to make here is like you need to have a command over uh, the Python language. One may argue that like in today's world, like your GPTs can help you get this, but trust me, like with a small like print example that you saw, if you just do a capital print, you may end up getting an error. So you need to have at least basic command over language that should really help you. So that was on two examples. One was BSM, and other was ultimately like you can give a try to calculate the value at risk from this data and have some other plots which can help you draw more conclusions. Gradually, like this will see world is gradually leading to the algo trading. How algo traders does, like they have a most power. They use Python most intensively. They have interpretations ahead of time, so that's where it comes from. So now I'll take a pause, and I have got my colleague, and he will take you to the COVID in time. Yeah, so Satya, SciPy stats is like any libraries which are like in like which are like we saw the norm CDF. So norm CDFs come from SciPy. So that's how we are structured. Some basic operations of mathematics are in NumPy, but advanced ones are in like SciPy. That's how like the you need to have a proper library to get that function that you are trying. And most of, trust me, most of the functions that you need are already built within Python. It's open source. So if you got built something already, why not to use that? Otherwise, just imagine, like if you were to build that norm CDF thing, which should get you the cumulative probability of that z value, how much time it would take. See, now Python is more flexible, libraries are already built, and you can just make use of that. So, faculty sir, are you ready? Like, can you present your screen? I can stop presenting and you can take it over from here. Like, this was just a basic introduction.
Okay. Yeah. So when you want to run this cell, you can either hit here, okay, or you can, there's a shortcut, keyboard shortcut, shift plus enter. Shift plus enter. If you hit on the keyboard, this cell will be automatically run actually. So I can do shift enter here and I can run this code. So this is running and it has given me the error. Now this is a very, very important. When you will be learning the Python programming language, you will be dealing with lot of errors actually. And this debugging we need to learn as a programmer. And this is either in a full software development or in a we will be learning Python for finance. So removing errors will be very, very important part. Now, when you just go back to the code here, you can see that it is saying that name X is not defined, of course, because we have commented the X. So when the program was getting executed, it didn't read the X, and you are in the computation, when you write here X multiplied by Y, when you write z is equal to X multiplied by Y, so obviously it will try to fetch the value of X, but X is commented here. That's why it is throwing error that X is not defined. So if we just uncomment that, we can easily get the answer here. We can easily get the, as I will do the shift enter. So yeah, now it is, I'm getting the value of, I should get the value of Z here. Yes. Why it's not running? X is equal to 20. Z, suppose I write B divided by A, okay? So I simply writing the division, B division by A, and I can try to print the Z now. So print Z. Now what value it will give me? Can you guess? Can you write in the comment chat section, please? What value one should get? Yes. So I can shift enter. Yeah, I got a value of 2.0. Now see, this is actually, see, when I write here A is equal to 20, it's simply an integer value. In computer language, it is an integer value. And when I get this kind of value, 2.0, this is considered to be a float value. It is a float actually. FLOAT. It is a float value. 2.0. Whenever you get 43.20, something like that, that will be a float value. 43 will be considered to be an integer. So this 2.0 is a float value, and this is a division. It's a simple division, okay? And 40 divided by 20. Whatever I want to do here, let's say I want to divide, let's say 85 divided by 20. So obviously it is going to be again a float answer. I'm dividing 85 by 20. I'm getting the answer to be 4.25. So this is a simple division in the Python that you are using this syntax, B divided by A. Now what if I do? If I write B double divided by A, okay, double. If I write this symbol 2 times, B / A, and that this will be then integer division. This will be called integer division in the Python, integer division. Now what is the integer division? Very, very important question. So let us first try this, what output I get it. So I'll just write here double / B / A, and I will try to print the Z. So now I can see I'm getting the value of 4, right? Earlier I was getting, in a simple division, I was getting value as 4.85. Now I'm getting value of 4. So what it has done, whatever the part before this decimal point, it has taken that part only. So it has taken only integer value 4 only. So that is the meaning of integer division. If you divide 85 by 20, you will get some 4 point something, but it will only consider the part before the decimal point only. That is the integer division. You will get integer answer here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I would like to proceed further. Okay. So not only you can do plus subtraction addition in the Python, but we can, we can do the compares also, because when you go to the industry, you will be using a Python frequently in quant finance. Okay. So there will be, a lot of operations will be doing. So compare how we can do. So there are so many compare statements: or, and, equals to, okay, equals, or I can say not equals. So these are some statements that when you decide, there is a choice, either A or B. Suppose I want to see either I want A data, or either I want B data. So there is a or, and if I want both, I can do A and B. Then I can compare whether two values are equal or not. Okay. So I can see 5 is equal to 3 or not, right? Like that operations we can do in Python. So let us take an example of those. Suppose I want to compare whether 5 is equal to 3. Obviously we know that this is not equal, but in Python we don't write simply this. If you write 5 equal to 3, it will 5 equal to 3, it has no it will throw you the error actually. But to compare, you need a syntax called 5 equal to 3. So when you write 5 equal to 3, it will compare this whether the 5 is equal to 3 or not. So I can just simply print this and I can get the output here. So I can put the print statement and it will say me whether this operation is true or not. Yes, so it is the false. It is coming false because 5 is not equal to 3. So when you have a large databases and large Excel files, and if you want to compare the data, then you can import that data into the Python. You can compare each value, so you'll get true and false in your in your Excel files, like that. So this comparison can be done in a single command in the Python actually. So it's very easy, and we can. Okay, so this comparison operations, all we can do in the Python basically.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
next part is somebody has question.
Yeah. So, just in the interest of time, can we just take one more example and we can conclude in 10 minutes? Just in interest of it's Sunday evening, so everyone.
Yes, sure. Yeah, sure. So I'll just take the last example. Okay. So, and then we'll go into the detailed study of the Python. We'll be started learning the conditionals. Then we'll be learning the loops, and then we'll be going into advanced Python classes that is needed actually to build to solve the bigger problems in the Python for finance using Python. We will be learning the classes also. So basically, I will give one example of the conditionals. Sometimes what happens now, we have so many data, like we have so many millions of users in our database, suppose, and they have a credit rating. Let's take some having credit rating 600, some guys having credit rating 400, 500, and some having 800. Now I have to allocate the loan. Which guy I should give the loan? So I can put here in conditionals, and I can decide whose guy I need to give the loan. So like that, suppose if I write here, let's take, suppose the guy A, I'm considering to be a variable, and I'm assigning a value of 800 to it. Okay. And I have one more guy B having credit rating 600. So I can simply compare them. Okay. See, if there is a syntax in the Python, if I write if A, it is greater than 600, if A is greater than, let's take 700, I can write. So this is the syntax actually. In every programming language you will be learning, you will be learning the syntax actually. So if it is a keyword in the Python, even Python has a different keywords actually that you cannot use as a variable. And or if, so every programming language has some words they have been used for a special cases, so you cannot be use them as a variable. So if, and why I've written the colon here, because the colon is a syntax of the Python, because you need to write the colon, otherwise you will get the error. So this is what small things we will have to learn actually in this course. So if A is greater than 700, then what I want that the customer should get loan because his credit rating is 800. I know that, so I can program it very easily. So I will see print allocate this guy a loan. Allocate loan. I can say that. Okay, and I know that if it is less than 700, I can say else means if this is not true, if condition is not true, I need a alternate condition. I can give the customer that okay, you are not allotted the loan. Okay, so else I can write it here. Okay, application rejected. I can print application rejected. Your application get rejected. So this way, if I do shift enter, it will give allocated the loan because we have stored the value of 800 in A, and when it is going to compare here, if A 800 is greater than 700, that means he has passed the bank credit criteria. Bank credit criteria is 700, so it is greater than 800 it is, so it has allocated the loan, and the else block not get executed. So whatever, when this condition true actually, then it has printed whatever is written inside this if block, and the else block didn't get executed. So that is the beauty of this programming language.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. In fact, just to add to it, I think whenever we go to any bank's website, they take some inputs from you. At backend, they execute some script like this. Over here, sir explained just one condition. Over there, they might be asking you, say your like tenure at current workspace, what is your like annual CTC, whether you're running more EMI, paying more EMI. So all the inputs are going to script, and the final outcome is prompted to you. So at the back of the website, these kind of scripts get executed. So yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll just take over from here.
Oh. Okay.
To the website based on your tenure at current company, your CTC, ETC. So they run the script at the back end, and they come up with some conclusion whether loan is granted, loan is rejected. So change is important. Like if you stay still with the old tools, which are like in near future, that may go outdated, then like you are missing the important aspects like of the current time. So yeah, so change is important, very important one. And the risk of not upskilling, very important thing. If you don't upskill, like anyone remembers Nokia, like I know like the crowd here might be new, but anyone remembers Nokia? Have anyone of you used Nokia phone?
Yes, sir, it was there. In
Yeah.
2001, I think it has declined.
Yeah, so the reason they are currently out of market or other players have taken over is they did not upskill or they did not upgrade it themselves. Like if you think that yeah, this is end of world, whatever I know is sufficient, it's not going to happen. World is constantly changing. So finance professional who do not embrace programming language like Python, risk they like in near future. Currently you may survive, but it's going to be like more crucial in coming future. So Nokia, they failed to adopt the smartphone revolution because they did not embrace software development quickly enough. So now like the big brands that you're currently using, almost all of you, those have taken over, and so like not learning is like you are leaving behind. Even traditional rules in finance are evolving. Like you can say like of course not Python, but earlier there used to be a person sitting physically in the bank who used to update your passbook statement. Now like everything is like quite automated. You can get PDF over an email. Like at the banks also you can get a machine immediately. So upskilling is the key. If you don't upskill, like very high risk that you will be left behind. So as I said, that you need to upskill. Upskilling is key. Like the people like from 2-3 decades back will know that like what's the importance of upskilling. So not upskilling is putting your success at risk. So please like keep learning always. And how Python transform finance, like in data analysis, lot of data analysis, like visualization that I was showing you, like the Apple stock price, return time series, lot of data analysis work is being done in the Python. Automation, like Esther was explaining, like earlier there used to be a proper credit analysis process. Now with some inputs from the user, you can get the final outcome. And risk management, of course, in fact, it's a huge important, like all the complex quantitative computations are happening in Python currently now. Algo trading is kind of a newly evolving space wherein Python is being intensively used. So yeah, this is how the time have evolved, like way back where things were manual. Now currently, like things are evolving at a very high rate. So like it's a need of time. We need to upgrade ourselves. And real world examples, you can think of these big players who are using Python intensively in their say asset management and algo trading and a lot of other functions as well. So this is being used intensively. And yeah, please don't write, Shiva. Like it's really spoiling screen. Like, yeah, please, if you like, yeah, thank you. So future of finance is digital, data driven. Python is key to unlock these new youth opportunities. Like if you don't upgrade, fail to learn Python, it might be like bit difficult to, like, it's a demand of current time. Upskilling Python empowers a finance professional to stay ahead. You are ahead of time. Like you have a very competitive edge if you know these advanced tools. More efficient, you are like more efficient. You are in a good shape to have your discussions with your all the stakeholders. Secure competitive advantages, ever evolving finance landscape. Like that's the power Python has, and with some dedication and proper mentorship, you can learn this. It's not really a rocket science. As like I really appreciate sir, like he was going through like a very basic, wherein non-techie can always understand the things that were being taught. So yeah, only way to empower career is consistent upskilling. Today is Python, tomorrow it can be something else also. So, but yeah, today's demand is Python. The only key to sustaining the competitive environment is consistent upskilling. And yeah, so are you guys ready for upskilling? Everyone here? So if yes, like if you're ready, like, and then I have something to offer you. And like we of course have a existing Python course that we are offering. You can see that on our website. It's listed under the tab called as a Python for Finance. But like given you all have spent, see, I can see around like there are still many people in the class. So given you have spent your 1 hour, like if you still are convinced that yes, this should be learned and it can get you value at your workplaces in your overall career trajectory, then we have something to offer you. Like, and it offer is only valid for 10 minutes. Like yeah, so it's offer, like on your website you can see this is like 10,000, but with a special discount, given you are part of today's webinar, you can get 50% discount. And given the, I think results are yet to come for your next level, I would say make best use of time at a very reasonable price. So like yeah, you can use this code, and this code will disappear in 10 minutes. Currently you can see on website this code, currently the cost over there is 999 Indian rupee. But it for today, the people for next 10 minutes who are part of this webinar will get 50% discount if they enroll today. So like straight away it will go half, and you would be offered 4 weeks weekends training, where you would be abroad from the basic. All the things would be taught to you from the basic, and once you are in your next levels of your respective exams, then you can apply, you would be in a position to kick off. Like currently, see what's happening. Python is like it's a black box for most of the people here or the non-techies. But yeah, once you get the proper kickoff, at least you know that what needs to be done, then you can get through. So this start today, and like yeah, this offer currently it's say it would be uh available for next 10 minutes. Go to our website. If you are convinced whatever we just taught you, like feel free to enroll with us, and our team will get in touch with you once you enroll. Share the screenshot over WhatsApp, and yeah, and thanks you for being here with us, and feel free to WhatsApp on the same number that you joined in today. And yeah, happy to address if you have any queries, or in general also if any questions. Please unmute yourself and please to ask. No questions, no comments, no reviews, like anything. Like it's fine. Currently, like you are just exploring where all Python can be applied. But still, like any questions, happy to it. I can see a lot of questions in
What
chat
will be
box.
the timing?
Timing, like once we have a batch, because we need to see, like, because currently in today's webinar, we have a people from across globe, so we will evaluate that, like what suits you best for all. Then yeah, but still it can be worked around. Like we take limited people in our batch, so yeah. So
Yeah,
Satya,
if it is in a working day, it will be very difficult.
no, it would be weekend. It's completely weekend batch, no
Okay.
weekdays. Yeah, it's weekend batch for a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's weekend. We understand it. We all are working professionals. So yeah. So Satya, yeah, 4 weekends. Like it we can extend based on like what sir feels that what's the current status of current knowledge level of the students in the class. So if sir feels that they need some more classes, we can do that. But yeah, currently it's 4 weekends plus. So we have 8 classes of 2 hours. That's the rough plan. Yeah, so it would be a basic core, like you might have seen. Yeah, it's going to be a very basic. Uh, Manu, I can just ping on like just allow me a moment, I can share right away. Like into really link to enroll, I'll share right away. Just give me a moment. Here is a link, Marcel, if you want, Manu, here you want to enroll. And I could see more questions in chat, a lot of questions in chat box. If you could unmute yourself and ask, that would be really easy, because currently I'm not able to read all messages. Yeah, Gracie, like, yeah, glad do you found it relatable. Anyone else, any doubts? Like the timer is on, like it would of course announce soon. But yeah, anything I can help you out with? Any more queries before you enroll? Like I understand that like it's your hard-earned money. You want to know more that what value you would be getting. So happy to address if you have got any questions, queries.
Hi, Manu here. I just want to know, like, is this purely focused on risk management? And if so, which pillar of the risk will it focus on, or it covers all the pillars?
It would be very basic, like in general in Python, but yeah, it would be for all finance professional, not really to risk management. That would be bit of advanced. Say, if I want to build something on backtesting value at risk models, that would be bit of advanced. But assuming it's for non-techies who just want to explore them on the Python, then once you go advanced. But yeah, to answer your question, it would be a very basic, not really to the core focused on the risk management. But yeah, like most of the stuff that we would be picking up would be from finance in general, not really risk management. That would be quite niche. So yeah,
But do you have any courses for risk management?
risk management, which would be next level. But yeah, we can explore. This is for non-techies basics. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, cool. If you have got no further, if you got no further questions, we are good to close. And if you have got any queries, please feel free to reach out to WhatsApp, message, call. Our team would be happy to help you out. And like just bear in mind, this offer ends today. from tomorrow, like it would be back to this price. So if you enroll today, you get this price. If tomorrow, like the offer will expire. So thank you for joining, and it was really great having you all here and listening to us, listening to both of us very patiently. And see you soon, and stay connected with our YouTube channel. Thank you.